Okay, Shalom, Israel. It's Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing Commanding General Yohana. This is Isupk's Houston's Sabbath service. Let me see. I did not get a notification. Okay, Most High in Christ. So we are going live. Okay, I just want to make sure. I hadn't got any notifications yet. So, all right. So last week we left off about Exodus chapter 34. You know what I'm saying? We getting into, you know what I'm saying, breaking down what actually went on during the time of Exodus, man. You know what I'm saying? What the Lord commanded Moses to do. You know what I'm saying? The other commandments that he gave to the Israelites to have, you know, to build the tabernacle. You know what I'm saying? We just went over, you know what I'm saying, when the Israelites started to celebrate that golden calf. Okay, there we go. It's like it just wasn't getting that notification, love. All right, bet. All right, yeah, so, you know what I'm saying, we just been going over the book of Exodus, man. You know, we just had that glorious Passover to commemorate, you know what I'm saying, those pieces of Exodus, you know what I'm saying, where the Lord, you know what I'm saying, started giving us the instructions like, you know, holding down the Feast of Unleavened Bread, not leavening the bread, you know what I'm saying, so we can hurry up and have a quick escape, you know, so we going to continue with that, you know what I mean. So with that, we're going to start our prayers. I'm going to call up myself being the only priest up here. Uriah Bamban Yami and Banyasha Allah. Yahabah Shemar Sharakatah. Yasha Allah. Amajim Wapanya Hakwadam, which means to rise, turn, and face the east. Sar means to turn. I'm going to start with the prayers. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak Makah, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamaya, Atanalawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Dabi'anawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashana, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapara, La'awalamim, Aman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Have her power, the power, her cock, in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Baba Kushah, Natanalaw, Hakah, Hakah, La Rapa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakah, La Tahar, Hamatazariah, Hakah, La Hakwiyam, Hamatyam, Hakah, El Rakawath, Hatamala, Hatamala, Lagarshan, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, the water, Amun. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power, Salakia, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. That's Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regal-Ka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Wabawaka, Ma'aita, Wa'ida Walam. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. For my help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber nor sleep. Behold, he that keepeth Israel, Salakia, will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms chapter 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalaka, Al Takarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awayabika, Yahama Yawan, Wamashanayaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Al Amaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawad, Wayata Ya'ai Tazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakahyadam, Magaya, Wala'ah, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Awad, Kaya, Nawa I Tazawa, Lab, Yakabwa, Alyaka, Baryath, Yakaratwa, Ahalya, Adawam, Wayashamai Al Wamash Wayashamai Al Yum, Mawaba Abba, no Mawa Abba, no Mawa Abba, Wagaharyam, Gabal, Wa Amawan, Wa Amalak, Palashath, Am Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwai, Laban Nawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadian, Kayasa Kayasara'ah, Kayabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, not the Yamawaka, Salakia, not the Yamawa, Kara'ib, Wakaza Abba, Wakazabak, Wakatazalamani, Kal Nasa Yakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarash, Nayarashah, Lanawa, Atha, Na'awath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanyaraka, Ka'ash, Dabaira Ira, Waka Lahaba, Dalahat, Haryam, Khan, Daradatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa Wapatka, Dabahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wabahawa, Id Ya'id, Wakaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'iwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kaha Rataza. Just a second. All right. Keep not thy silence, O power, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeel. Yea, all their princes as Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take unto ourselves the houses of the power in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish. that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sar Yeshabi. Change to sit. All right. Gonna get a Lord a hand. You know what I'm saying? Something about them prayers on the Sabbath morning. You know what I mean? Just get the blood going. Like I said, we're going to start at Exodus chapter 34. You go to your Bible Hub app, hit the INT for the interlinear, and then you'll go just find Exodus chapter 34. That's what we're going to start from today. Wa ya Amar Yahweh Al Mashah Pasal Lak Shanya Lachath Abba Abunyam Shanayim Wa Wathabathia Isle Halakath Atha Hadabarium Ashar Hayawa Isle. These are small letters. Halakath Harashanayath Ashar Shabarath Wahaya Nakawan Labaquar Wa Yath Babaquar Al Har. It's a lot here. It's a little bit harder to tell when and where these stop in this little Tanakh. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Officer Tazadak. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit smaller writing Salakia. I grab my interlinear so that way I can get y'all to follow along with me so I don't leave nobody behind. Just a second to release. My phone. Let me see. Let's do it from here. Okay, so I was at verse 2. Yeah. Babaquar Al Har Sayanaya Wanatazabath Laya Sham Al Ra'ash Hahar. Exodus 34 and 3 in the Hebrew. Wa Ayash La'ah Ya'ila Imak, Wagum, Ayash, All, Yara'ah, Bakal, Hahar, Gum, Hataza'an, Wahabakwar, All, Yara'aiwa, All, Mawal, Hahar, Hahawa'ah. Verse 4 in the Hebrew. Wayapasal, Shanya, Lachath, Abanyam, Karash, Kara'ah Shanyawam, Kara'ah Shanayam, Wayashakam, Masha, Babaquar, Wayail, All, Har, Sayanaya, Ka'ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Athawa, Wayaquak, Bayadwa, Shanya, Lachath, Abanyam, Wayarad, Yahweh, but I Noah, Waya Thaya Tazab, Waya Thaya Tazab, I'm Sham, Waya Ra'ah, Basham, Yahweh. Verse 6 in the Hebrew. Waya Ibar, Yahweh, Il, Panyawa, Waya Ra'ah, Yahweh, All, Rakawam, Waha, Nawan, Arak, Apayam, Salakia, Warab, Chasad, Wa'amath. Verse 7, Natazar, Chasad, La Alapium, Nasha'ah, Iwan, Wapashai, Wachata'a, Wanakwa, La'a, Yanakwa, Napad, Salaki Naquad, no Pukwad, Iwan, Abawath, All, Salaki Isle, Banyam, Wa'il, Banya, Banyam, All, Shalashim, Wa'il, Rabayim. Okay, 7. All right. We got the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 1 in the English. And the Lord said unto Moses, hew thee 2 tablets of stone like unto the first, and I will write upon these tablets the words that were in the first tables which thou breakest. So at this point, Moses, him and the Most High, they got back right. You know what I'm saying? He went ahead and he beseeched the Most High for his people. He let the Most High know, I know you're not just going to kill your people. You know what I'm saying? And if these be your people, you know what I mean? You shouldn't want to kill them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and repent that anger. You know what I'm saying? If these your people, it'd be a shame for you to kill them out here in the wilderness. You know, we understand that they hard-headed. I had to go down there and see it myself. But if these be your people, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't do this. So the Most High, him and Moses, they established themselves again. The Most High let them know that I just can't dwell with y'all. If I were to dwell with y'all, I'd probably kill you. Like, that's what the Most High said, you know what I'm saying? He said, look, if I come down there, I know what's going to be going on in the midst of Israel. I know what goes on between, I know the molestation. I know all the sinning. I know all the lying. I know the backstabbing. If I go down there, I'm going to have to kill somebody. That's what the Lord said. So the Lord, he told him to put the tabernacle from the midst of the congregation, put it on the outskirts. And now at this time, he also let Moses know, he was going to go ahead and give him another set of tablets, give him another set of laws to take down there to the children after Moses asked to see the hind side of him, or at least to see his glory. Let him know you can't see my glory, but you know what I'm saying, this is what I'll do. I'll go ahead and I'll cover you up as I walk past, and then I'll also go ahead and give you another set of tablets. So that's what we're seeing right here at the beginning of 34. Verse 2, and be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount. And no man shall come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let the flocks nor herds be before the mount. And hew 2 tablets of stone like unto the first. And Moses rose up early in the morning and went unto Mount Sinai as the Most High had commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 tablets of stone. And the Most High descended in the cloud and stood with him there and proclaimed the name of the Most High. So at this time, the Most High, he came, he met Moses at the top of the mount. He didn't want Moses to even see his glory. So, and this is the brother who was able to beseech him to not go back on the words that he had gave their forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? He went ahead and he kept the covenant and kept his word, because Moses showed himself to be worthy to at least be called the Most High's friend. But even he wasn't, even that wasn't enough for the Most High to want them to see his glory. He didn't want to actually show them, his glory at this point, because you're showing yourself not to be worthy of it. You went ahead and, the guy that's in charge, he go up the mountain for a day, you start worshiping the calf. We already showed the Most High that if he was to dwell with us, he would probably have to hurt us. It's like, them times when you with your kids and it's like, hey, look, I know how you act. I know what you're going, I might have to hurt you at the end of this. I might just have to get you. The Lord said, just put me on the outskirts. This is what it's going to be. And even then, he still doesn't want. So think about it. We would have had open access to the Most High. For him to dwell in the midst of us, everybody would want to go see the Most High, the power. You know what I'm saying? It's just like seeing Commander General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? Just put it in a smaller sense. We love that brother. Love that man. We want to go see him. Whenever he in town, everybody makes it the effort to come get drawn in, come get a picture, come see him. So the Most High, it's the same. Like, if you're a bad child, I'm going to take my presence away from you. I might have to ignore you for a second. But now this is so I don't hurt you. It's your protection. But he's still going to go ahead and give us the law. So that's what's going on with him and Moses right here. He went up to the top of the mountain, went ahead and descended in the cloud over Moses like he told him he would. And then they went ahead and rewrote the tablets. And that's what declaring the name of the Most High, that's what they doing, proclaiming the name. He going ahead and just like worshiping him up there. So verse 6, and the Most High passed by before him and proclaimed the Most High. And the Most High God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and in truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and fourth generation. This is what Moses said to the Most High. That was him proclaiming the Most High. It's like when Tazadok did that class over the type of prayers that you can do. It's like supplication. And, this one is adoration. So he's adoring the Most High at this moment while he's keeping his word. You know what I mean? So that's just him even putting on more beseechment to the Most High. Because, that type of person, that type of power, you wouldn't want to upset him. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to say that the Lord is easily offended, but what Israel did that was like cardinal rule number one. You ain't going to have no God before me. And that's what brings about that law, because as soon as niggas get the chance, we worship something else. The new thing come out because we're a spiritual people, and it shows that we've been a spiritual people, that we have to have something, but it was because of that time spent in Egypt where they had many gods. You could worship the sun one day, and if you had a good night, you could worship the moon. You could, you caught a good cut of beef, you want to worship a cow, you're gonna worship a cow. That's just how simple that the other nations are. It's like in Hinduism, not the Hinduism, but the East Indians, they worship the cow all the way from what the cow eat to the feces. You know what I'm saying? They go all the way that far, and he understood that we are those type of people, that when we see other people doing that, we go ahead and follow suit. Con. Well, that's that. We're going to go back into the Hebrew. Okay, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 8. Waya Mahar, Mashah, Wayaquad, Arataza'ah, Waya Shathakawa, Rayash, I want to say, Wa Yashatakwa, verse 9 in the Hebrew, Waya Amar, Na'ah, Mataza'athya, Khan, Ba'ayanyak, or Ba'aya Nayak, Adanya, Walak, Na'ah, Adanya, Wakwarabnawa, Kaya, Aim, Kwasha, Iraq, Hawa'a, Wasalakath, La'Iwanawa, Walaka Ta'a Thanawa, Wana Khala Thanawa. Verse 10 in the Hebrew, Waya Amar, Hana, Anakia, Karath, Barayath, Nagad, Kal, Imak, or Imka, Aisha, Napala'ath, Ashar, La'ah, Nabara'awa, Bakal Arataza Wabakal Hagawayum Wara'ah Kal Ha'aim Ashar Atha Bakwarabawa Atha Ma'aisha Yahweh Kaya Nawara Ha'awa Ashar Anya Aisha Imka Shamar Call, it's like in verse 11 in the Hebrew. Shamar Laka Atha Ashar Anakia Matazawak Hayawam Hanawa Hananawa Garash Mapanyaka Atha Ha Amaraya Ha Waha Kanain Waha Kathaya Waha Parazaya Waha Hawaya Wahaya Bawatsaya. Verse 12 in the Hebrew. Ha'amar no Salakia Hashamar Laka Pan Thakarath Barayath Layawashab Ha'arataza Ashar Atha Ba'a Al Yaha Pan Yahaya Lama Wakwash Ba Korabak. Verse 13 in the Hebrew. Kaya Atha Mazabatham Thatatazawan Wa Atha Ma Tazabatham Dashabaran Dasha Bar 1 Atha Salakia Wa Atha Asharyawa Thakarath 1. Verse 14 Kaya La'a Ashathak Tha Shatha Sa Da Dashata Chawa La'al Ahor Kaya Yahweh Quana Shamwa Al Salakia Allah Quana Hawa. All right, verse 8. Book of Exodus chapter 34 and verse 8 in the English. And Moses made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshiped. And he said, If now I have found grace in thy sight, O Yahweh, O Lord, let my Lord, I pray thee, Well, not this Lord. This Lord is like Adawan. So he's like saying, oh, Adawan, you know what I'm saying? My Lord, my Lord. I pray thee, go among us, for it is a stiff neck. So like, yeah, go among us, for it is a stiff necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thine inheritance. So he asking him basically to retract on what he said about being on the outskirts of them. So Moses is asking him, hey, you know what I'm saying? If I found grace, could you come be with us just on me? You know what I'm saying? Could you take it from me that, you know, I know we messed up, but come be with us. So we're going to see what the Lord say. And he said, behold, I make a covenant before all thy people. I will do marvels such as not have been done in all the earth, nor in any nation. And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of the Most High, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I will drive out before thee the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite. So basically at this time the Lord is like, okay, you know, I'm going to do great works for you. I see what I see that you're trying to get things together. You know what? I'm going to do some great things for you. I'm finna drive these people out for you. I'm about to give you a land. What I'm finna do is finna be terrible. So it's that, you know, like we always say, this that part of the Most High that the Christian church don't give you. They don't tell you that the Lord called himself terrible. They don't tell you that, you know, he would kill, you know what I'm saying, just slay. You know what I'm saying? All the way at the beginning of the Old Testament. They don't give you that. What they tell you is God is good all the time. All he does is bless and bless and give and give and give. And this guy right here, he has taken life. I have seen him take life in this book. And this is the part that they get you to not fear the Most High. They get you to love him. And they say all the good stuff like, you know, I'm scared of what he might do to me if this, that, and the third. Or, you know, they play afraid, but they not afraid of the Most High. How do you know they not afraid of the Most High? Because they openly profess that you can sin. That just show that you just not scared. It's like, you know, if your kid would say to you, you know, all you gonna do is just give me some money. You know, all you gonna do is give me candy. All you gonna do is give me toys without feeling that anything I do against what you ask me to do, I'm gonna receive punishment. The only thing you're gonna do is turn back for a gift. You're not gonna know what punishment is, or at least you're not gonna be able to identify your punishment. Like in the Christian church, they don't speak that the coronavirus is a punishment from the Lord. They don't tell that this is a plague from the Most High. They treat it as if it's just a sickness and a flu that's just going around. It's a new strand. It came from China. No, it is the Lord. They take all of the fear that you would give to the Lord and put it in man. They teach them to just go against the Bible. When this right here say the Lord is going to do a terrible thing. He says a terrible thing I'm going to do with thee. And not only is it terrible that he would go through killing, but it was terrible in the sight of the other nations to see such a small nation that just came out of captivity, you know, rise up and be a powerful nation. That's terrible too. It's like, you know, they say, you know, here in America, what's one of the most dangerous things? A black man, you know, an educated black man, one that's willing to go fight. A man like Commander General Yohana. Men like the men that's raised here in the Isupk. It's a terrible thing what the Lord is doing with us in this nation, but it's glorious to himself. That's why he's, you know what I'm saying, tearing down these other principles that we go up against. That's why, you know, we able to still stand without, you know, any conflicts, any division in this body. Like, that's a terrible thing to see for our oppressor in these other nations. So it's that same thing that the Lord's saying. It's terrible. It's terrible, one, for the damage he's going to do to these other nations, but then it's terrible for them to see such a small and comely people get raised up so high, and they have the Lord with them. You know what I mean? So we have verse 11. Now we have verse 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make covenants with the inhabitants of the land, whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves. For thou worship no other God, for the Most High is a jealous God. For the Most High, whose name is jealous, and is a jealous God. So basically what he's saying, he doubled down. You know how you be like, well, lying your middle name, you know what I'm saying? Like, a liar, you be like, man, lying must be your middle name. The Lord's saying, my name is jealous. When you look up jealous, you find me there. That's me. And if I see y'all, worshiping other gods, this is something that I will destroy you for. Like, he letting them know I'm not that type of, and like, I like it because you'll see other scriptures where the Most High is described as a husband. Any husband is jealous. Like, they teach you that husbands aren't supposed to be jealous. That's a sign of insecurity and stuff. No, you ain't supposed to talk to no other man. You ain't supposed to deal with no other man but me. So him saying that, like, I'm not saying like, him saying that, it gives him that humanly attribute that the Christian church only play with. They don't understand that everybody can't be everybody. Israelite can only serve the Most High. So when you're not serving the Most High, he jealous. He's like a jealous man. He ready to hurt something. He ready to hurt somebody. That's just it. So we're going to go back into also in the same, telling them to destroy the groves. That's another thing that didn't happen, as often as it should have, because how do you know? Because they would go a whoring with other gods. When we would encounter other people in which we were supposed to destroy them, cut down their groves, cut down their altars, make it to where, we wouldn't find ourselves or have our people not serving the Most High. Like I say, when given the chance, Israel just go worshiping. So this is saying, at this time, whenever you go somewhere and you see that it's altars around, man, destroy everything. I'm the only power that moves in the earth. What they doing, they should learn to get under y'all. That's what the Lord is establishing right here. When the people have their own God, they're able to have a sense of pride, a sense of self. So when you go in there and you destroy their God, it's no more God for y'all. Y'all don't do this because this will trick my people. I want to get my people away from what you got. So that's the mindset behind it. So we're going to go back into the Hebrew. Let's see, verse 14. Book of Exodus chapter 34, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Pan, Thakarath, Barayath, Layah Washab, Ha'arataza, Wazanawa, Acharya, Alahayam, Alahayaham, was a Bakwa, Alahayaham, Wakwara, Lak, Wa Lakath, Mazabakwa. Verse 16 in the Hebrew. Wala Chwachath, Ma Mabanathiawa, Labanyak or Labanyaka, Labanyaka, Wazana, Banathiawa, Akarya, Alahayahan, Wahazanawa, Atha, Banyaka, Acharya, Alahayahan. Verse 17 in the Hebrew. Alahaya, Masaka, Salaki Masaka, La'ah, the Aisha, Lak. Verse 18 in the Hebrew. Atha, Chag, Wa, no, Hamatazawath, Tha'amar, Shaba'ith, Yamayim, Tha'akal, Matazawath, Ashar, Tazawayath, Tazawayathaka, Lamawide, Chadash. Ha'abayib, Kaya, Bachadash, Ha'abayib, Yataza'ath, Taza'ath, or Taza'ath, Mamatazarayim. Verse 19 in the Hebrew, Call, Patar, Raham, Laya, Wakal, Makwanaka, Thazakar, Patar, Shawar, Washa. Verse 20 in the Hebrew, Wapatar, Chamawar, Thapada, Basha, Wa'am, La'a, Thapada, Wa'ya, Wa'irapathawa, Call, Bakawar, Banyaka, Tapada, Wala'a, Wazara'awa, Panya, Rayaquam. Verse 21 in the Hebrew, Shashath, Yamayam, the Ibad, Wabayawam, Hashabayaiwa, Hashabayaiya, the Shabbath, Bacharayash, Wa Bakwatazayar, the Shabbath. All right. Book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 15 in the English. At this time, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifices. So at this point, he's saying, that they shouldn't have any other gods. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm a jealous guy, and going into these other lands and being with these people and serving their gods, you're going to make a covenant with these people. You're going to go a-whoring after their gods. So he say, so this is another depiction of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, showing us to be a wife to him being a husband, giving that parallel. He's saying that you're going to go a-whoring. You know what I'm saying? That whore is usually, you know what I'm saying, dictated towards a woman. So he's giving us that female quality that you're going to go a-whoring after these other gods. This is what you're going to do. You're going to make a covenant with them, because you're going to be the lesser people according to them. So you're going to make the deal, and then you're going to go whoring after their gods and doing the things that they do. Say when one call you, you're going to come and do the sacrifice. That's all it's going to take. What do we do? Well, tomorrow's going to be Mother's Day. They make the call. We going to go sacrifice. They say it's Mother's Day. You're going to worship your mother. You're going to go horn after these other people's gods. It's even prevalent today of what the Lord is saying. It's like this book is just calling it out, and it's happening right now. That all they have to do is create another holiday, create just some type of day for you to either get a day off or for you to have some type of other feeling to some God that they brought up from the Romans or from the Greeks. That's how easy it is. They just call it. They just say this day is the day, and you know what? We do it. And this is what the Lord knows about us, right? So he even put this on the tablet. And then it says, verse 16, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whoring after their gods. It's just saying, in the marriages, this is where the marriage come in. He just speaking about it briefly right here. That, when you let them have their gods and you let them live around you, your daughters is going to go whoring after their gods, and your sons going to go whoring after their gods. And you know what? At this point, they're just going to marry themselves to that other nation and marry themselves to that God. This is what that leads to. This is why you got brothers and sisters that raise their kids up in Catholicism. I mean, the Isupk that raise their kids up in Catholicism. You got, brothers and sisters that raise their kids up in Rastafarianism, or whatever little thing that we could think of to get ourselves into, we'll give it to our kids, and then our kids will go marrying after it for generations and generations, and that's how we remain destroyed. We're going. Verse 17, thou shalt make no molten gods. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't create you something to be your God. You don't have a God, you shouldn't just create something. Just don't, that same thing that y'all already did was go ahead and create that molten calf. Don't do that again. Don't go and make something your God and you have to fashion it with your hands. That's just showing you that it's nothing. You created it. So he's just giving them, something that seems simple in nature of just not making something and worshiping it, that Christian church will make it all ooky spooky, but it's really just saying don't turn some object that you created into your God. I'm saying the feast of unleavened bread thou shalt keep, that we just kept for those 7 days after the Passover. The Lord just giving out just some instruction. This is just what you should do. This is where the commemoration of days that the Lord gave to Israel is coming about. Celebrate that feast of unleavened bread. Celebrate what you had to go through. You know what I'm saying? It says, 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread as I commanded thee in the time of the month Abib, for the month of Abib thou camest out of Egypt. So it's saying, do this in commemoration of that day. Do this. Like, what I'm saying? Just remember what you had to go through. That, all of this, it wasn't for nothing. And to have this so that way that your enemies get destroyed. Because the thing about these other nations, when you celebrate with them and you celebrate their feasts and their culture, their days are usually about the destruction of their enemies. Like the 4th of July or Thanksgiving. When you celebrate stuff like that, being a part of the American society, what you're doing, you celebrating the death of, if you're celebrating the 4th of July, some of them, your people died well before they even had a Revolutionary War. You know what I'm saying? So then you going in celebrating Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is the pure unadulterated holiday of the destruction of your people, like a massive genocide. You know what I'm saying? You celebrating them, killing your people, and then you backdoor celebrating in the summertime when your people were still in chains and being killed from sea to shining sea. So this is what other people's holidays are in commemoration for, and to their gods. And the Lord is trying to get us to avoid that at this time. Remember your feast day. Remember that day when you had to run, you know what I'm saying? Because I killed the firstborn in Egypt. When you had to get up and just eat, tough bread. You know what I'm saying? Now, Most High in Christ, we had some good unleavened bread this year. Look, I'm just going to say it. Shout out again, you know what I'm saying, to the sisters for that, even though, just don't want to give up that feeling. But yeah, man, you got to go ahead and eat that. Go ahead and get that in for that week. You know what I'm saying? Just in commemoration. And then open it all that opened the matrix is mine. Every firstling among thy cattle, whether ox or sheep that is male. You know what I'm saying? But the firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with the lamb. If thou redeem him not, then thou break his neck all thy firstborns, all thy firstborn of thy sons shalt thou redeem, and none shall appear before me empty. So basically, you know what I'm saying, at this point, the Lord is just telling them what he prefers, what's going to be his, what is his portion. So his portion is the firstborn male, because he killed every firstborn male in Egypt, every firstborn male here. He knows that that's a father's strength. You know what I'm saying? Like every man, they hope for that firstborn son, and when they get that firstborn son, that's the one that carries the name. That's the one that gets, all the gift and all the prize from a father. You know what I'm saying? Even in today's time, when people go into, well, that's that man's son. The firstborn son is the one that'll get everything, when a father passes on. But the Lord is saying he wants the firstborn. And then for the ass, you know what I'm saying, he wants a sheep for that one in place. That he doesn't, he don't require that one, but you're going to give him a sheep for that one. And if you don't redeem him with a sheep and you don't want to pay for him, you know what I'm saying, then you got to kill him, because it's mine and that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go back into the Hebrew. No, we got verse 21, Salakia. 6 days thou shalt work, but on the seventh day thou shalt rest. In earing time and in harvest thou shalt rest. So at this point, the Lord is giving us the Sabbath day. You know what I'm saying? This is where he's saying, 6 days you do your work. On the seventh day you do your rest. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get up and do anything. You know what I'm saying? Even in the times when it's time to get out there and plant, don't go out and plant if it's the Sabbath. Or this is, because at this time, okay, like you say, the Sabbath is kind of like an employer day. So that way your employers don't work you. But if you're going to do it yourself, you know what I'm saying, do what makes you feel good on the Sabbath. But it's a day that's intended to, get you some chill in. You know what I'm saying? We use it to come up here and to teach the Sabbath day and keeping it holy. You know what I'm saying? So we can break it down. That it's not that you can't cook. It's not you can't turn your stove on or kindle a fire. Nah, your Sabbath day is for you to, whatever you feel like doing is resting. Whatever you call rest. If you call going to the gym rest, then go get you in your thing. Do what makes you feel good on today. Any Sabbath, always do what makes you feel good. But you don't have to go out and put in back-breaking work. It's not necessary. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go back into the Hebrew. Go to the book of Exodus, chapter 34 and 22 in the Hebrew. Wachagag Shabbath Shabbath the Aisha Lak Bakawarya Quatazayar Hatayim Wahag Wa Asayap Thaqwa Wapath Hashanah. Verse 23 in the Hebrew. Shalash Pa'aimayim Shana Wara'ah Call Zakawarka Atha Panya Ha'adan Yahweh Alahaya Yasha'ala. Verse 24 in the Hebrew. Kaya Hawarayash Gawayam Ma Panyaka Waharak Wahara Waharakabathya Atha Ga Gabawak Gaba Gabawalaka Wala'a Yakamad Ayash Atha Aratazaka Ba'Ilathaka Lara'awat Atha Panya Yahweh Alahayaka Shalash Pa'ayam Bashana. Verse 25 in the Hebrew, La'ah Thashachat A'el Chamataza Dam Zabachia La'awa Salakia Wa'ala Yalayawa Labaquar Zabach Chag Ha Pasah. Verse 26 in the Hebrew, Ra'ashath Bakawarya Adamathica Thabaya'ah Bayath Yahweh Alayaka La'ah Tabashal Gadia Bachalab Amawa. Verse 27 in the Hebrew, Waya Amar Yahweh Al Mashah Kathab Lak Atha Hadabarium Allah no Allah Kaya Al Paya Hadabarium Allah Karatia Athaka Athaka Barayath Wa'atha Yasha'ala. Verse 28 in the Hebrew, Wahaya Sham Aim Yahweh Arabayim Yawam Arabayim La Yala Laham La'ah Akal Wamayim La'ah Shata Wakathab no Salakia Wayakathab Al Halachath Al Debarya Habaryath Asharath Ha Debarium. Back to the English. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 22. And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, of the first fruits of the wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the year's end. Thrice in the year shall all your man children appear before the Most Salakia, the Lord power, the power of Israel. For I will cast out of the nations before thee, and enlarge thy borders. Neither shall any man desire thy land when thou shalt go up to appear before the Most High thy power thrice in the year. So at this time, the Lord just saying 3 times in the year, you're going to come, you're going to celebrate, and you're going to serve. You know what I'm saying? When you come up, nobody's going to, try to take your land while you're gone. I'm going to make sure of this, but this is what you're going to do. You're just going to come see me 3 times. These are the feast. He gave the feast of the first fruits of the wheat harvest and the feast of ingathering. And I believe he gave the feast of leavened bread. So that's the 3 times in the year when they're going to appear, and he's going to cast out those nations for keeping these commandments. So you keep the commandments. The only thing I want to do is increase you guys' border. I'm going to make you wealthy. You're going to live over the top of the nations that's around you. He's just telling them this is what you're going to get if you keep my commandments. Thou shalt offer no blood sacrifice with leaven, neither shall the sacrifice of the feast of Passover be left in the morning. So the sacrifice from Passover has got to be all gone. You're going to make just enough that you can eat right here, and then tonight, you either eat it all or throw it away. It's got to go. That's what the Lord wants, is because you had no time to keep something. You didn't have any time to pack anything. So everything is going to be in the same, the same pattern. You're going to do it the same way. The same way you had to do it then is the same way I want you to do it, so that way you remember me and what I've done. Oh yeah. Verse 26. And the first of the first fruits of the land thou shalt bring unto the house of the Most High thy power. Thou shalt not seeth a kid in its mother's milk. And the Most High said unto Moses, write thou these words after the tenor of these words. I have made a covenant with thee and Israel. So at this, he telling Moses to write down exactly what I've said. Don't cut nothing out of it. Don't short it. I need this to be written the same way I'm saying it. That's the way you write it. You know what I'm saying? And when he's saying tenor, it's like, like, do you feel me? Like, put it with that same. I used to say, like, text messages, you couldn't really catch the emotion, and now you can put the emotion in there. He's saying put that same feeling that I'm saying it with on the tablet, so people know that this is the commandment. If this isn't done, you know what I'm saying, I'm serious. Like, there's going to be hell to pay for it. And so now we go verse 28. And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. He wrote upon the words of the covenant the 10 commandments. So, of course, he didn't sit there 40 days to write 10 things down. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but he was up there for a considerable amount of time writing the commandments on the tablet to come back down. He spoke with the Lord. This is the Lord giving him the law. You know what I'm saying? Telling him everything that he's to go down there and make sure that the people understand that this is the covenant. This is what you have to do. And this is how we going to operate going forward. So, you know what I'm saying? Moses, he was up there. He stood right there until the Most High was done. Most High done. Now it's time to obviously go deliver. We're going to go back into the Hebrew real fast. Verse 29 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya Baradath Mashah Mahar Sayanaya Washanya Lachath Ha'aidath Bayad Mashah Baradathwa Man Hahar Wamashah La'ah Yadai Kaya Quran Ayar Panyawa Badabarwa Badabarwa Atwa. Verse 30 in the Hebrew. Wayara'ah Aharon Wakal Banya Yasha'ala Atha Mashah Wahana Koran Iwar Panyawa Wayara'awa Wagashath Alyawa. Verse 31. Wayakora Alaham Mashah Wayashabawa Alyawa Aharon Wakal Hanasha'ayim Ba'ida Wayadabar Mashah Alaham. Verse 32 in the Hebrew. Waya Akarwa Khan Nagashwa Kal Banya Yasha'ala Waya Tazawam Atha Kal Ashar Dabar Yahweh Athawa Bahar Sayanaya. Verse 33 in the Hebrew. Wayakal Mashah Madabar Atham Wayathawa Al Panyawa Masawa. Verse 34 in the Hebrew. Waya Ba'a Wababa'a Mashah La Panya Yahweh La Dabar Athawa Yasayar Atha Hamasawa Id Taza'athawa Waya Taza'a Waya Dabar Al Banya Yasha'ala Atha Ashar Yatazawa'a. Verse 35 in the Hebrew. Wara'awa Banya Yasha'ala Atha Panya Mashah Kaya Quran Iwar Panya Mashah Wahashayab Mashah Atha Hamasawa Il Panyawa Id Ba'awa Salakia Ladabar Atawa. Okay. Salakia, give me just a second. Book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 29 in the Hebrew. And it came to pass when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses wist not that his skin of his face shone while he talked with him. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel behold, the skin of his face was shown, they were afraid to come nigh. Salakia, to come nigh him. So at this point, when Moses came down, he was up there seeing the glory of the Most High, or at least the hindsight of the glory of the Most High. And when they spoke, he made Moses glow. You know what I'm saying? From being that close to the power and speaking with him for all that time, Moses had a glow. So when people saw him, they were afraid. It was like, God damn, this nigga is glorious. Like, after him seeing the Most High, he became glorious, and people didn't want to look at Moses. He looked like, the only way I can describe it is like, something just being so beautiful, something being so bright. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was all striking. It was all striking to see Moses after Moses was able to see the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Just him being that close, created a type of appearance that when people saw Moses, it's like, man, you know what? We can't look at you. So afterwards, the children of Israel came nigh and gave them, verse 31, Salakia. And Moses called out to them, and Aaron and all the rules of the congregation returned unto him, and Moses talked with them. And afterwards the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all that the Most High had spoken with him on Mount Sinai. So after they gave it some time, I'm saying he got to talk to Aaron, he got to talk to the elders, pretty much gave them the rundown of what was going on and why he looked like that, calm the people, so that way they can go out and they can start giving out the commandment, or at least letting people know that this is what the Lord has commanded for us to do. This is how this is labeled down. So even at this point, the rank and order system has already been established. You go from, the man that the Lord is speaking to his right-hand man, to the people he's supposed to pass it to, and so on and so forth, until everybody was aware that this was the law, this was the commandment. Where we at? Verse 33. Until Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face. So at this time, he went ahead and he covered up his face. You know what I'm saying? He covered himself up so that way they didn't have to look at him. They didn't have to be in fear no more. We could sit here and we could talk. And then up until he was done, he put a veil over his face so that way they couldn't see, the added glory that the Most High gave to him or put on him from him even being able to see and speak with the Most High so closely. You know what I'm saying? But when Moses went in before the Most High to speak with him, he took the veil off until he came out. And he came out and he spake with the children of Israel that which he was commanded. So when he was talking to the Lord, he didn't have the veil on up until he walked out the door. When he dealt with the children of Israel, he kept the veil on, while he dealt with them. But then when he go into the Most High, that's when he would uncover himself to speak to the Most High. When he went to go speak to the people, he covered himself back up. So verse 35, and the children of Israel saw the face of Moses and the skin of Moses. And Moses put the veil upon his face again until he went in to speak with him. So when he came out, the people saw him. He said, damn, well, let me put this back on. So now he wouldn't take it back off until he went back to go speak with the Most High. Where we at? We still making good time. So we got through chapter 34. We're going to start at Exodus 35 and 1 in the Hebrew. Okay, Most High in Christ. Bear with me just a second. Hey, no, that's not Catholic. You in line. That's not Catholic. Give it up. Ain't true. Salakia, y'all. Salakia. Just minor step down real fast. All right. But we at page chapter 35 and verse 1. Bear with me just a second. All right, chapter 35 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wa yakwahal, Mashah, Atha, Kal, Idath, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wa Amar, Athaham, Alha, or Alaha, Hadabarium, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, La'ishath, Atham. Verse 2 in the Hebrew, Shashath, Yamayam, Daisha, Hala'aka, Wabayawam, Hashabaya Aya, Yahaya, Lakam, Kodash, Shabbath, Shabbatham, Shabbathawan, Salakia, La Yahweh, call, Ha'aisha, Bawa, Mala'aka, Yawamath. Verse 3. La'ah, Thaba'ira, Thaba'irawa, Ash, Bakal, Mashabath Yakum, Bayawam, Shabbath. Verse 4 in the Hebrew, Waya Amar, Mashah, all call, Yad Salakia Idath, Banya, Yasha'ala, La Amar, Za'ah, Hadabar, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, La Amar. Verse 5, Kwakawa, Ma'athakam, Rawama, La Yahweh, call, Nadiyab, Labawa, Ya, Baya'a, Atha, Tharawamath, Yahweh, Zahab, Wakasap, Wanakashath. Verse 6 in the Hebrew, Watha, or Watha Kalath, Wa Aragam, Amagawan, no, Wa Aragaman, Aragaman, Salakia. Damn. What the Yalai, what the Yalaith, Shanya, Washash, what Isaiah, verse 7 in the Hebrew, what Irath, Awalam, Salakia, Ayalam, Ma'adamayam, wa Irath, Thakashayam, wa Itazaya, Shatayam. Got the Exodus chapter 35 and verse 1 in the English. And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, These are the words which the Most High hath commanded, and ye shall do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Most High. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the Sabbath day. So at this point, Moses is laying it down to him. This is where the notion that you couldn't cook, you know what I'm saying, on the Sabbath came from. You know what I'm saying? That you couldn't feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? He said no work. Didn't say you couldn't feed yourself, man. Didn't say you couldn't have something good to eat, something warm, something hot. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, but you can't do no work. You can't do no work throughout the habitation, man. You can't go, you know what I'm saying, go make somebody else slave and bake bread. You can't do that. You can't have your workers, you know what I'm saying, making gold, you know what I'm saying, making earrings and things and carving up knives and stuff. You can't have that. That has to be put away because everybody needs some rest, man. And this will be a day of rest unto the Lord. You're going to do this in commemoration of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Verse 4. And Moses spake, Salakia, yeah. And Moses spake unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Most High commanded, saying, Take ye from among you an offering unto the Most High. Whosoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it in, an offering of the Most High, gold and silver and brass, and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and ram skin dyed red and badger skin and shittim wood. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Saying if you got anything, you know what I'm saying, that you want to give to the Most High, because, you know, Moses had stuff that he needed to carry out. He had to, you know, make the tabernacle and do a whole bunch of things. The priest needed garments and things like that. And if you wanna give this stuff up to the Most High, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, if you good of heart, you know what I'm saying, willing of heart, and you willing to just, you know, break the Lord off with something, then go ahead and do it. And these are things that the Lord is asking for: gold, silver, brass, you know what I'm saying, blues, purples, scarlet, fine linen, goat's hair, and ram skin dyed red. The Lord wants some, you know, some pretty nice stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is why Israel is fly as like what we is today, because that's our power. Our power was fly. Our power wanted the best. So that's why we always, you know, you had all these brothers, man, you know what I'm saying, when it came down to Passover, and beautiful garments, you know what I'm saying, you know, had Gucci garments walking around there. I believe it was I think somebody had a Louis garment or something on, but that's what the Lord want. The Lord is just as flashy and fly, man. Let's see, we got some more time. Go ahead and knock out some more of these. So, yeah. Book of Exodus, chapter 35 and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Yashaman, Lama Awar, Wabashamayim, Lashaman, Amashach, Mashaka, Shaka'a, Walakwatarath, Hasamayim, verse 9 in Hebrew, Abanya, Salakia, Abanya, Shahan, Abanwa, Malaayim, La Apawad, Lakashan, Wakal, Chakam, Lab, Bakam, Waba'awa, Aishawan, no, Salaki, Aishawa, Atha, Kal, Ashar, Tazawa'a, Yahweh, verse 11, Atha, Hamashakan, Atha, Ahawa, Atha, Makasahawa, Atha, Quarasawaya, Salakia, Kwa Rasayawa, Atha, Kwa Rashayawa, Atha, Barakhawa, Atha, Imadyawa, Atha, Adanyawa, verse 12 in the Hebrew, Atha, Aran, Atha, Badyawa, Atha, okay. Atha, Ha-Kaporath, wa Atha, Parakath, Hamasak, Atha, Hashalachan, wa Atha, Badyawa, wa Atha, Kalyawa, or Kalayawa, wa Atha, Lacham, Ha-Panyam. Verse 14 in the Hebrew, wa Atha, Manarath, Hama Awar, wa Atha, Kalayaha, Kalaya'a, wa Atha, Narathya'a, wa Atha, Shaman, Hama Awar. Okay. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 35 and verse 8. And oil for the light, and spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, and onyx stones, and stones to be set for the ephod, and for the breastplate. And every wise hearted amongst you shall come, and make all the Lord hath commanded. So basically the Lord is saying, not only are people going to offer these things, right, but you're also going to get men who are going to come and dedicate themselves to this service, dedicate themselves to this work, that they're going to assist you in making these things. They're going to assist you in getting this work done. That don't worry, like some help is going to come. This is what he's telling Moses. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? Verse 11. And the tabernacle, his tent, and his coverings, his taches, his boards, his bars, his pillars, and his sockets, the ark and the staves thereof with the mercy seat, and the veil of the covering, the table and his staves, and all his vessels, and the shewbread, the candlestick also for the light, and his furniture, and his lamp, and the oil for the light. This is what he's saying, all these things, somebody's going to come and help and assist with getting these things done. You know what I'm saying? This is going to happen. That all of the wise-hearted people, all of the people who understand that this is what the Lord's want, this is part of the covenant, then we have to get this done, they're going to come and do this. They're going to come get their hands dirty. They're going to come put their brick in. It's going to get done. Yeah, we still got some more time. Pretty self-explanatory. This is just what the Lord wants, and this is, these are the things that he's requiring to get done. So, yeah, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 15. In the Hebrew, wa Atha, Mazabach, Ha-Quatarath, wa Atha, Badyawa, wa Atha, Shaman, Hamashakaiah, wa Atha, Quatarath, Hasamayim, wa Atha, Masak, Hapathak, Lapathak, Hamashakan, Atha, Mazabach, Ha'ala, wa atha makabar hanakashath ashar lawa atha badyawa wa atha kal kalayawa atha hakayar wa atha kanawa, verse 17 in the Hebrew, atha kwala ayah hakatazar atha imadyawa wa atha Adanath or Adanaya wa atha Masak Sha'ir or Sha'ayar or Sha'ira Ha Chatazar, verse 18 in the Hebrew, atha Yathadath Ha Mushakan wa atha Yathadath Ha Chatazar wa atha Maya Tharayahim, verse 19 in the Hebrew, atha Bagadia Masharad Lasharath Bakodash atha Bagadia Hakodash Laharan La Aharon Ha Kahan wa atha Bagadia Banyawa La Kahan La Aitaza Awa Call Idath Banya Yasha'ala Mapanya Salakia Malapanya Masha, verse 21, wa ba'awa call Ayash Ashar Nasha'awa Labawa will call Ashar Nadaba Rawakawa Athawa Haba'aya Salakia Habaya'awa Atha Tharawamoth Yahweh Lamala'ak Mala'akath Ahal Mawa'id Walakal Ibathawa Walabagadia Hakodash. Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 15 in the English. And the incense altar and his staffs, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging for the door at the entering of the tabernacle, the altar of burnt offerings with his brazen gate, and his staffs, and all his vessels, the lever and his foot, the hangings in the court, his pillar, and his sockets, and the hanging for the door of the court, and the pins and the tabernacle, Salaki, and the pins of the tabernacle, and the pins of the court, and their cords, and the cloths of service to do service in the holy place, the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons, the minister in the priest's office, Salakia, to minister in the priest's office. And all the congregation of Israel departed from the presence of Moses, and they came, everyone whose heart stirred up, and everyone whom spirit made willing, and they brought the Lord's offering to the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, and all his service, and the holy garments. So for everybody, you know what I'm saying, that felt what was going on, and that knew that it was the right thing to do, to go ahead and start the service of the Lord, so where these brothers could go ahead and begin getting things done, then it stirred up in them. The Lord put it on their heart to come and give that offering, so that way those things can get made for the tabernacle for the service, the garments for the priest, you know what I'm saying, the platter for the bread, everything. This is the time when all of these things that went inside the tabernacle where the Lord would dwell at outside of the congregation, this is what the Lord wanted. These are the garments that he wanted, the ephod for Aaron to wear when he walked in there to do the service, the everything, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? This pretty much, you know what I'm saying, goes into just how the Lord wanted things to be done, and, you know what I'm saying, what he asked for, what offerings was necessary to get this completed, because the first time that all this was supposed to be done, or that it was told to get done to Moses, he couldn't get it started because, you know, he's coming back to go ahead and get the commandments and everything done, you know what I'm saying, so he could tell the people what the Lord wanted and how he wanted it done. He had to break the daggone tablets and turn back around and go dwell with the Most High again. So like after he went ahead and petitioned himself to just stand in the gap for his people. You know, he couldn't even come down and deliver the word at first. And so then when people see him after he gets the commandments and comes down, now it's like, you know, they see the glory. You see what's going on by this man dealing with the Most High. So you know that it's something real going on. You can see how everything is changing. You know what I'm saying? He's coming down and he's glowing. And now he got these tablets again. So now these people, they understand. And now it's time to go ahead and just start serving the Lord. The people put it in their heart at this moment to begin to start, you know, doing the things that the Most High is requiring. You know what I'm saying? After doing things that could have gotten them killed, now it's been known, okay, well, the Lord still, he going to give us this chance and this time. Let's go ahead and get it right. So we're going to go ahead and end the class there. Go ahead and put a mark in my book. I'll just put a mark in it later. That was, what is that? Exodus chapter 35 and verse 22. All right. And so we're just going to end it there. So we're going to start back up next week. I'm going to go ahead and I believe it's... Imagine, you know what I'm saying? Blow the horn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and end off with the prayers, the Lord's Prayer and everything. Imajim Wapanya Hakwadam means to rise and face the east. Sar means to turn. Going to do the Lord's Prayer in the English and in the Hebrew. Okay, in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakutka, Daba'ah, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Natanalawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'ah, Dabi'ah Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashai Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwath, Waha'Allah, Wahata Parat, La'awalamim, Aman. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Hakah, the power, in the Hebrew, in the English. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Baba Koshah, Natanalawa. Hakah, La Rapa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Madawa. Hakah, La Tahar, Hamata Zarayim. Hakah, La Hakwayam, Hamatiyam. Hakah, El Rakawath, Hamata Salaki, Hatama Allah, the Garashun, by Hashem Yahweh the water, Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahweh. Thank you, so be it. Book of Psalms, chapter 121, in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bala Yalah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaathka, Wama Wa'abu, Salakia, Wa'abo, Salakia, Wabawa Aka, Ma'aita, Wa'aida Walam. In English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee shall not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Book of Psalms, chapter 83, in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalaka, Al Takarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awa Yabika, Yahama Yawan, Wa Ma Shanayaka, Shanat Shalakya, Nasha Awa, Ra'ash, Al Amka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawad, Wa Ya Ta Ya'i Tazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wa Nakach Yadam, Magaya, Wala'ah, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwad, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Lab, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Baryath, Yakaratwa, Ahaya, Adawam, Wayashamai, Wayashamai, Al Liyam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalat, Palashath, I'm Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, I'm Yeshabia, Salakia, Yahayawa, Zarwai, Laban Yalawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadian, Kasayasara, Kayabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan Da'ira, Yahawya, Salakia, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada Ya'amawa,
Ka'irab, Wakaza Abba, Wakazabak, Wakataza Lamanai, Ka Nasa Yakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayasha, Salakia, No Norasha'a, Lanawa, Atha, Na'awath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Taba'ira Ya'ira, Wakala Haba, Dalahat, Haryam, Khan, Daradabma, Basa'iraka, Wabasa Wapathka, Dabahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Bayakwashwan, Shemka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Yabahawa, Ayaid, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'iwa, Kaya, Atha, Shemka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kalha Rataza. In the English, bro, just a second. Book of Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perish at Endor. They become as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes as Zebah and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of the power in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sar. We don't have any men here to salute the scroll. I will salute it myself. How about Shemar Shabarak Yah? Go ahead and give courtesy salute to the brothers, to the men of Israel, and to the sisters, men of Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Shabarak Atham, Yazmatah, Sar, turn the face to sisters. We're going to give courtesy salute, men of Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Atham, Shemar Shah, Yazmatah. Going to go ahead and do the. Of course, we're going to go ahead and, I know we got the Feast of First Fruits, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be our next high holy day. It's May. It'll be the memorial, the blowing of the trumpets, I believe. Well, the closing of the Feast of First Fruits, matter of fact, is going to be June 22nd. Start at sundown. Corresponding scripture is going to be Leviticus 23 and 10 through 22. To be in your respective zones. With that, I'm going to go ahead and end the class. You know what I'm saying?